Part 33. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjio Old Thief. Chapter 321. Yep, I didn't watch this thunderstorm for too long. The dust of this battle has settled, and Yep, I has too many things to review. Moreover, after learning that the strongest demon god had a strength of level 2000, Yep, I's motivation to become stronger was once again full. Even if Yingju earns 10 more years for him, Yep, I will still have to face the most powerful demon in 40 years at the latest. Certainly. Before that, Yep, I would be very happy if they could join forces to kill the most powerful demon. This rain is weird. Wherever Yep, I went, you avoided him until Yep, I left the eternal forest. Back in the dormitory, the strong man covered in bones had been waiting for a long time. Good morning, Fourth Master. Good morning, Third Master. The two greeted each other without any sincerity. To a certain extent, Yep, I calls himself Fourth Master, which saves a lot of face for the top 3 shadows. Although, they don't seem to be lacking in face. Yep, I pulled over 2 benches and motioned for Ying-san to sit down. Third Master, Ninth Master has arranged for you to protect me. What more instructions do you have? Ying-san nodded. I ordered. Yep, I said sincerely, I would like to hear the details. Shadow 3 is more sincere. Master Ju won't let me talk. This. Listening to your words is like listening to your words. Looking at Ying-san, who was unable to eat anything, Yep, I spread his hands. So, there must be a charter for future cooperation. Third Master, don't you have anything to say? Ying-san thought for a while and nodded, yes. This time, there was no need for Yep, I to ask questions. Ying-san took the initiative to explain. I will take action to deal with the strong men who attack Shura. I will not take action against the strong men who attack Yep, I. Yep, I frowned and asked in confusion. How could someone attack and kill me? To the outside world, he is just a rookie with C-level talent. Being able to get along in the summer camp all depends on your heart and your skills, and you can't help but be weak when you fight head-on. Ying-san reminded. You forgot, after you went into the toilet today, you never came out. Yep, I fell into silence. If I didn't fall into a pit and drown, I must give everyone an explanation. Where's Master Ju? Come and seal everyone's memory. Yep, I sighed, looked at Ying-san, and asked. So, how did Master Ju arrange it? Ying-san answered truthfully. Master Ju let people know that you are valued by Huo Tianyi. The other party helped you awaken your talent for the second time, so you wasted some time and left briefly for a day. Huo Tianyi's current identity, in the eyes of many people, is true Shura. And Yep, I was valued by the other party, so it was natural for Shura to help Yep, I awaken for the second time. During this time, there were more and more rumors about Shura, and they were spread in a decent way. The most widely accepted version of Shura is this. Shura was born in the Tongtian war god family and was the beloved grandson of the Tongtian war god. He was discovered by Lan Lao and became fraternal with Xuemeng, the number 1 lone wolf among the stars in the war god class. Shura is a man of justice, generous in spending, informal in trivial matters, broad-minded, and above board. When Yep, I heard this version, he was shocked. Isn't this him? Why is such detailed and true information spread? With the excuse of the second awakening, many troubles can be easily solved for Yep, I at this stage. First of all, his talent can be further improved, and showing stronger strength can also be convincing. Secondly, Huo Tian and Yep, I took the blame for Shura. Yep, I is equivalent to the black under the lamp, no one will doubt that he is Shura. The most important thing is, from now on, no matter what troubles and unexplainable things Yep, I encounters, you can safely and boldly blame Huo Tianyi. Although little Huo Tianwang has been killed by himself. However, even a dead person can use it several times. Yabai would like to call him the king of blame pots. Certainly. While enjoying so many benefits, Yabai also needs to take additional risks. The second awakening means gaining more limelight and attracting more firepower. At the same time, Yabai also has a layer of buff, being noticed by Shura. This also means many people dare not target Shura, but bully Shura's helpers. Not only dare, but also very courageous. Why would someone rush to assassinate me? Yabai was very angry. Even he, a rookie at level 300 who had just awakened for the second time, was assassinated. The world is declining, and people's hearts are not as old as they used to be. Is there any more royal method? Now that things were like this, Yabai had no other choice. Okay, I know this. In fact, Master Ju made this arrangement because he had some thoughts of his own. Yabai is really too stubborn. Normal to strong seeds, if you just keep at it, you will almost get it. At level 200, Wuhan has already begun to show his sharpness and go to the battlefield to kill the demon war god. Yabai, a grand thief, was fine. At level 200, he could just run to the abyss and sneak attack a 9th level god of war. He even said it was so dangerous, I almost got killed. Yabai didn't know yet that in a certain small circle of god of war, Shura's famous saying had become a bad joke. As a result, Master Ju has become a joke among the small circle. The Shura brought out by Yingju is an eye-opener for us. A certain god of war sitting in a wheelchair patted the armrest excitedly and said this. If Master Ju doesn't release the news to the public, it will be said that Yabai has awakened for the second time. Yabai can hold on to sea-level talent for the rest of his life. Sometimes, if Sun Thief doesn't force himself, I don't know how stubborn he can be. In general, from Yabai's point of view, announcing his second awakening at this time would have more advantages than disadvantages. Otherwise, with his sea-level talent, his increasingly exaggerated results will only attract more unnecessary attention. Yabai has thought of a countermeasure. There is nothing to be afraid of. Yabai asked casually, is there anything else? Ying-san nodded honestly, yes. Yabai. I shouldn't have asked more questions. Master Ju asked you to take care of this person and protect his safety. While Ying-san was speaking, the dormitory door was pushed open. A child came in holding a piglet in one hand. When she saw Yabai, Xiaoju's face was filled with happiness. Handsome brother, you are back. Just as Yabai was about to stand up to greet him, the smile suddenly solidified on his face. Following Xiaoju, the young man in black, whose sleeves were held by Xiaoju, had a coffin expression on his face, as if someone had stabbed him to death with a sword in his previous life. Youth version of King Huo. Yabai exclaimed. You actually survived. Yabai never expected it. King Huo Tian actually saved a hand. Huo Tianyi, who had a coffin face, had a familiar smell and bad breath when he opened his mouth. He said viciously, you want to die. The little pig held by Xiaoju made a snoring sound. Humph. Dracula pig, fight. Fight. Sorry, the last calculation was wrong, tomorrow is Friday, not Thursday. I'm numb, the fake wine has mistaken me. Because the old thief will be very busy in the next 2 days, he can only update 3 times a day. So the update is February 4th and 5th, 3 updates a day. February 6th, 4 updates. February 7th, 5 updates. On February 8th and after, the normal update time and frequency will be restored. If you make a mistake, you will make a mistake. I will take 2 days off, make 2 updates, and give everyone 1 update as a New Year gift. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjio Old Thief. Chapter 322. Seeing Huo Tianyi coming back from the dead. Yabai's mood couldn't be said to be without fluctuations, and he even felt like laughing. This guy with a foul mouth would be a waste of money if he kept him. Etc. Yebai's eyes lit up. Old Huo was gone, but little Huo was still there. It is used to increase the favorability of Senior Blue Banished Immortal. Isn't this just a random decision? Come on in and sit down. Why are you standing there? Yebai looked at his dormitory. Except for a bed and 2 chairs, there was nothing big. The family is surrounded by walls. Look at me, a poor person. I don't even have anything to entertain you at home. Wait a moment, I'll go outside to get some water. With that said, Yebai was about to walk out with the basin in hand. We can take advantage of the heavy rain now to make more connections. Huo Tianyi stood at the door, motionless, still with a coffin face. He said coldly, I can survive because the old guy didn't punch me, and Xiaju couldn't bear to let me die. Yebai nodded, I know. The eye of insight, looking at the powerful men like Huo Tianwang and Yingju, they are still a little bit hot. Looking at Huo Tianyi, a level 300 rookie, it's so easy. And Huo Tianyi paused and said hesitantly, my state seems a little not right. Yebai continued to nod. Okay, I know. The air fell silent. As soon as Huo Tian knew the problem, Yebai knew the answer. Want to know the answer? Need to add money. Obviously, after getting along with him these days, Huo Tianyi has understood Yebai's true face. The silence did not last long. Huo Tian turned around and left, and Xiaju also held his sleeve and left. In front of Yebai, Huo Tianyi walked into the dormitory next door and moved in. Etc. Yebai looked at the room number in the dormitory and rubbed his eyes. Isn't Zhaolin next door to me? Yebai stood in the corridor and glanced at all the dormitories. He was sure of one thing. There is an extra room on this floor, stuck between Yebai and Zhaolin. The footprint of each room has not changed, and each floor is the same size. In other words, this building has just one extra room crammed into it. Maybe, this is the miraculous work of nature. Yebai is more willing to believe that this is the miraculous work of a strong man from the civil engineering department. Yebai muttered, just to live next door to me, why do you spend so much money? What kind of overbearing president script is this? Looking at his new neighbor, Yebai fell into deep thought. After just taking a few glances, Huo Tianyi had a lot of problems and troubles. Old Huo Tianwang deserves to be called Madman Huo. He is not very smart and dares to do anything. Huo Tianwang, who didn't throw the last punch, simply took the insights from this punch and fed back the fake body of his previous obsession. Xiaju is King Huo Tianyi's talent 9 deaths without regrets, and has always been by Huo Tianyi's side. Xiaju was reluctant to let brother Huo die. With the help of old King Huo Tian was resurrected with full health. If it were just like this, old Huo Tianwang's behavior wouldn't be considered crazy. But old Huo Tianwang directly drew a clear line with his past self and split it in two. From then on, what belongs to Madman Huo belongs to Madman Huo, and what belongs to Madman Huo belongs to Madman Huo. Huo Tianyi appeared in front of Yebai, a living person, level 300, 18 years old. But a new question arises here, Huo Tianyi and Madman Huo separate, and their talents are reawakened. Today's Huo Tianyi doesn't even know what his talent is. He didn't know, but Yebai knew. Thinking of this, Yebai's mood suddenly improved. This is not only a tool to increase the favor value of the Blue Banished Immortal. This is a fat sheep who took the initiative to come to your door. How difficult it is to find a sheep with wool on it these days. After Yebai saw his sheepfold, all that was left was, Shuemeng, Shuemeng, Shuemeng. There is no way, De Menzi is too fierce. In terms of the speed of making money, De Menzi really can't beat anyone. This sheep is 100 times stronger than other sheep. In addition to De Menzi, there are also Self-destruction guy, Su Qingfeng, Lan Lao, Lan Bangxian, Wuhan, Xiaoao. Just order the sheep. Now that there was one more Huo Tianyi, Ye Bai seemed to hear the sound of a lot of God of War's achievements being recorded. Putting Huo Tianyi's concerns aside in advance, Ye Bai had more important things to do at the moment. Back in the dormitory, Ye Bai said hello. Third Master, I'm going to the trading secret realm to buy some information about you. Ying San nodded, okay. The two communicated so frankly without any obstacles. A white light flashed, and Ye Bai's figure disappeared from the place. Within the trading secrecy, Zhao Qian, the little goblin brother, had been waiting for Ye Bai early. When Ye Bai appeared in the secret trading area, he heard the thunder above his head. Ye Bai said curiously, "Is it still thundering?" Zhao Qian was speechless, smiled wryly and waved his hand, unwilling to say more about this matter. In the case of Yingzhukang Xiaoao, Zhao Qian had no merit and no fault. He didn't help Zhuyu deceive his boss. Even in the final summons, Zhao Qian was just a messenger. But from another perspective, Zhao Qian is Xiaoao's true direct descendant and has full authority to manage Wanwu Pavilion. In other words, Xiaoao is the only one who can be called his direct subordinate. His boss was being plotted against, and Zhao Qian still had a dark look in his eyes and didn't know anything. This is not a dereliction of duty, so what is it? The most important thing is, Zhao Qian really had a chance to see through Master Zhu's plan beforehand. Zhao Qian noticed the changes in Zhuyu's account. Zhao Qian discovered the transfer of the top shadow experts. Zhao Qian knows everything about King Huo Tian's plan. All the clues are placed in front of Zhao Qian. If Zhao Qian is willing, he can completely see through Master Zhu's intentions. Or, apart from the few people involved in the Shadow 9 project, Zhao Qian is the only one who has the resources and ability to see through this game. But he chose to do nothing. Turn a blind eye. This time I closed my eyes, I trapped the boss. Zhao Qian sighed, speechless. Ye Bai was somewhat interested and looked at the other party. Goblin brother, it's not as simple as it seems. Yingzhu, Lan Bangxian, Goblin's younger brother. These are the agents chosen by the three most powerful men for themselves. The strength and temperament of the first two are the best among the best. The goblin boy can't be an idiot. Idiots will not be favored by Xiaoao. Perhaps, Zhao Qian had a vague guess about what Master Zhu was going to do from the beginning. Zhao Qian did not read Master Zhu's plan carefully so that he would not see through it. Zhao Qian knows. If he sees through Master Zhu's plan, then his boss will also see through it, and by then, the situation will not look good. His choice to do nothing, to look at nothing, was precisely a choice made. Afterwards, Xiaoao naturally saw Zhao Qian's little thoughts. He just found it boring. There is no fuel-efficient lamp. Ye Bai didn't know how many times he said this. He got straight to the point and said, "I want a copy of Ying San's information, the most detailed one within my authority." "No problem." Zhao Qian nodded and took out a credit card machine. A total of 99.99 million God of War merits. "Would you like to pay by credit card or cash?" "Yeah, Bai. Give me a free trial first." You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 323. Trading Secrets. Ye Bai looked at the documents in front of him and couldn't help but roll his eyes. You call this a free trial? There is only one line of information on the file. Codename, Shadow 3. Even if it's a small movie, it still knows how to put something interesting in the preview version to attract old snake skinners to pay. Isn't the meaning of this trial version's existence just to disgust Ye Bai? Ye Bai, who failed in the free prostitution, felt very disgusted. Facing Shura's question, the goblin brother felt a little embarrassed. This price is not set by Wanwu Pavilion, it is for consignment. Yabai would never be able to afford the sky-high price of 99.99 million God of War meritorious service. In other words, even if he could afford it, Yabai would not pay it. Needless to say, the only person who can set such an outrageous price and is familiar with Yabai is Yingju, an old liar. He predicted that Yabai was worried about Ying-san and would definitely come to Wanwu Pavilion to buy information, so he made preparations in advance. Yabai fell into silence for a while. It is impossible to give out money. Paying so much money is equivalent to killing Yabai. The kind that no amount of effort can save him. Seeing Shura's attitude, the goblin boy tentatively asked. Actually, the purchase of data and intelligence does not necessarily cost money. Yabai's eyes lit up and he urged. Quickly, tell me how to get whoring for free. Yabai's life principles are. I can do 3 consecutive clicks, but I can't give rewards and gifts. The goblin boy said seriously. Intelligence-related things are easily inaccurate when measured by money, so you can exchange information for information. Yabai understood immediately and asked. Do you want information about Huo Tianyi? To be precise, Huo Tianyi wants it. The goblin brother explained to Yabai. Huo Tianyi wants to know about his talent. He was willing to exchange a piece of information about Ying-san. Before Yabai could ask, the goblin boy added. Huo Tianyi swore under the witness of the trading secret realm elves that he would provide everything he knew about Ying-san. I have read Huo Tianyi's materials, which account for about 20% of the complete version. 20%, which is 20 million God of War merits. Huo Tianyi's talent is sold at this price, which is absolutely acceptable to Yabai. Make a deal. According to the transaction process, Yabai provided the corresponding materials after swearing. Huo Tianyi's talent is called number 1 in the world, and his current grade is F grade. This is an extremely rare talent that can grow. It will grow and evolve after meeting the conditions. You must defeat enemies with talents of the same level/higher level. Talents can be further improved. The upper limit of growth is SS level. After writing down everything he knew, Yabai stopped writing. Number 1 in the world, this talent can only be advanced to SS level. Because in Madman Huo's life, he had defeated opponents with SS level talents, but he had never defeated Hanging Wall. The 4 most powerful seeds he encountered all had the record/ability to kill him in one blow. Even Shura. Therefore, Huo Tianyi's number 1 in the world also stops here. The specific abilities of number 1 in the world will change as the level grows. For example, the F-level number 1 in the world has an effect called Not Afraid of Difficulties. Against an opponent whose talent level is higher than yours, the damage will be at 0.5%. That's right, 0.5%. This is the incredible thing about F-level talent. Sometimes looking at the effects of F-level talents can make people angry to death. After the delivery, Yabai also received information about Shadow 3. Just one line. Ying-san is collecting demon bones. When he gets a set together, he can launch an attack on level 1000. Looking at this sentence, Yabai fell into deep thought. Demon God skeleton, this thing is not uncommon. It is said that Xuemeng's family has a trick, and Yabai has been thinking about it for a long time. The question is, why does Ying-san collect this thing? This information is indeed quite valuable. However, Yabai didn't know how to use this information for a while. Make a deal with Ying-san with the demon god's bones. Or find a way to prevent Ying-san from breaking through to level 1000. Master Ju, why did you send me a bodyguard? You sent me an ancestor. Yabai put the information away and sighed. Life is not easy, Shura sighed. Now that the work is done, Yabai is ready to leave the trading secret realm and go back to the exclusive space to hang out. Fourth brother, stay. Goblin brother Zhao Qian chased after him, with a rare expression of strangeness on his face. That. His expression of hesitation to speak is so familiar to Yabai. Every time I gather wool, the other person has this expression. Yabai hit his left palm with his right fist and said secretly in his heart. Why did you forget the little goblin? Master of the pavilion of all things, such a fat sheep is next to him. Yabai actually didn't write him into the sheepfold list. Isn't this looking down on the other party? Do you look down on the economic strength of Wanwu Pavilion? Guilty sin. Yabai said generously. About our relationship, if you have anything to say, speak directly. Anyway, Yabai will not lose a penny of the money he should collect. This matter is not communicated to fourth brother as the master of the pavilion of all things. The goblin boy considered his words and said carefully. It's just a small personal matter that I want to trouble fourth brother. Yabai nodded to express his understanding. I heard that when doing business in Wanwu Pavilion, the most important thing is fairness and justice, and no bullying. The goblin boy nodded. Yes, fourth brother, why are you bringing this up? Yabai showed a kind smile. What I mean is, if we have a private transaction, don't we need to be fair and just? Goblin brother. This was the first time that he heard someone talk about robbing customers in such a tactful way. Just kill it. In this matter, the little goblin brother can only go to Shura. Fourth brother, I have a small question for you. The goblin boy said cautiously, my boss, are you feeling better? Yabai shook his head. The goblin boy guessed, not good. I can't answer without paying. The goblin boy handed over a black card and said, this is 10,000 God of War merit points. Yabai opened his pocket and declined, no, how can I want this? With that said, Yabai put the card into his pocket and announced the answer. Not good. In view of the fact that the other party had contributed 10,000 God of War merits, Yabai thoughtfully added. Your boss is going to kill all the demons except the big demon, the second, the fifth, the ninth, and the 13th demon in one breath. Hearing Shura say this, the goblin boy breathed a sigh of relief. I feel relieved now. Yabai. Don't worry, give me a hammer. Can't you hear the thunderstorm outside? Third brother is already striking the tower with lightning, why are you still making trouble here? One more courtesy. The goblin boy said, I hope you can chat with my boss every now and then. It doesn't have to be too frequent. Just go once every 3 days. Ah, this? Yabai hesitated for a moment and did not agree immediately. Chatting with Xiaoao is very risky. If he wasn't careful, Yabai's life would turn into a dog's life. Generally speaking, Yabai is not willing to agree to this matter no matter how much money is added. However, this time, the goblin brother gave too much. The goblin boy said seriously. I'll give you a money tree. The kind that rains gold coins. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 324. A money tree that rains gold coins. Yabai either didn't believe the little goblin, or he just wanted to broaden his horizons. Inspect the goods first and pay later. Yabai has always made a clear distinction. The shadow of a sapling appeared in the palm of the little goblin brother and introduced. This money tree is a specialty of my exclusive space. The quality of this plant is rare in 99 years. Wait, interrupt. Yabai asked curiously, why is it so rare to see him in 99 years? The goblin boy is very strict. Because it's only been 99 years since I opened my exclusive space. Really rigorous. Yabai looked carefully. I saw strings of gold coins hanging on the saplings that looked like pine trees, which was particularly gratifying. They seemed to be able to speak, and each of them was saying, Congratulations on getting rich. At first glance, it was Yebai's money tree sapling that had been lost for many years. Yebai took the sapling and said righteously, "Look at you, in our relationship, if you need my help, isn't it just a word from you? Why should I give you a gift? Why waste this money?" After Yebai collected the saplings, he warned, "Don't do this next time. Don't test me with something like this." Yebai silently added in his heart, "Because I really can't stand such a test." Listening to Shura's warning, the goblin boy couldn't laugh or cry. Anyway, Xiaoao, the empty tower old man, finally had some concern from the human world. Although this kind of care smells like money, it is still within the scope of the human world. The goblin brother asked Shura to chat with Xiaoao, just to make Xiaoao more down to earth. In the past, Xiaoao always had Yingju watching over him. Even if he is not grounded, Xiaoao is at least not grounded to the underworld. Now without the restraint of Yingju, the little goblin brother can't influence Xiaoao. In addition, Nightmare took action earlier and stopped Xiaoao. Due to the combination of many reasons, Xiaoao suddenly became a loner in the true sense. You know, even during the time when Yingju was around, Xiaoao was on the verge of losing control. Now that Yingju is gone, if Xiaoao goes crazy while thinking, the consequences will be disastrous. With no other choice, the goblin brother could only ask Shura to bring some fireworks to Xiaoao. Only. The goblin boy looked at Shura with a bitter look. This man doesn't have much of a human touch about him. Look at Shura's words and deeds. As long as he does some human affairs, he will not do any human affairs at all. Leave this matter to me. Yebai patted his chest and said, "If you provide a few more cash cows, I can move in next to your boss." "It's not necessary." The goblin boy wiped the sweat from his forehead and sent Shura away. In any case, while Yingju's plan was a great success, it also left a mess for everyone. But Yingju seemed to be particularly confident in a certain sun thief. Although the other party is very busy now and does everything in a hurry. However, Yingju believes that everything will be handled properly. He has been with Shura for the longest time, and Yebai has experienced everything big and small. Yebai's reaction and countermeasures were all seen by Yingju. Yingju believes that Shura can directly recruit people without doing personnel matters. Not to mention, as Yebai's strength gradually increases, his voice will also increase. Yingju continued to follow Yebai, not as a help, but as a resistance. When the nightmare arose, where were the protectors around? In the final analysis, for a being like the most powerful seed, he is his own protector. No one can accompany Shura on this path to power. Master Ju understands this truth, and so does Yebai. In a dedicated space, a white light flashed, and Yebai's figure appeared. "Idiot, do you make a staff?" Yebai asked friendly. "The force of nature SSS level equipment that I agreed to send to myself will be sent to the abyss. Who knows, the drama in the abyss has come to an end, and the power of nature has not yet been controlled." "You ask me? I still want to ask you." The Fool Master was angry and turned against his guests. "What weird things did you add to the Eternal Sea?" Master Fool pointed at Shura's sea, and Yebai looked in the direction she pointed. A black shadow wrapped in the power of nature, suspended in the Shura Sea. The entire Shura Sea was dyed ink. "This is..." Yebai fell into silence, puzzled. Master Fool snorted coldly. "I don't know if the material has been tampered with, and I don't even know how you will die." "Impossible, the film material is 9. Yebai was halfway through speaking and immediately realized what had happened. The old liar who killed 1,000 swords, he lied to me again. Young adult mode, start. Yebai said viciously in his heart. If you don't see a flower today, don't even think about awakening 3 times before the 95th floor. Young adult mode activated. Unable to analyze. Sage mode trial version, start. Yeah, bye. Sometimes, you don't even know how strong the SSS level talent is unless you look down upon it. Under Yebai's gaze, the information on the black substance in front of him was successfully analyzed. Shadow source, the source that can provide all the materials required for the shadow system Eternal C to advance. After integrating film sources, Eternal C regularly produces film-based materials. After fusing the shadow source, you will be qualified to challenge the quasi-god of the shadow system. Looking at the messages one after another, Yebai fell into silence. This thing definitely couldn't have been given to him by Xiaoyao. If it was really the third brother said, with his carefree character, he would definitely write down notes carefully and clearly explain everything he thought should be explained. Master Ju, Master Ju. Yebai sighed, shook his head, and said nothing more. In addition to SSS level talents and several top-notch equipment, Shadow Source should be the most valuable item Yebai has harvested so far. Compared with Shadow Source, Heart of the Ocean is like a knockoff from a roadside dollar store. Qualification for the Shadow System Quasi-God Challenge. Yebai pondered this information and felt something was wrong. Etc. Master Ju left the source of the film to himself, which shows that Master Ju is not actually a quasi-god of the film system. Otherwise, what would it be if Yebai went to challenge Ju yet? This old liar still has something to hide from Yebaize. I was almost fooled by Master Ju using the warmth card. According to previous understanding, King Huo Tian should have embarked on the two paths of killing and death. On the other hand, Master Ju, I have no idea which path he took. Yebai always thought that Master Ju was a strong person in the shadow system. Now it seems that things are not that simple. It is useless to think too much about Master Ju. Yebai had better do the things in front of him first. Think of something happy, like a cash cow that you got for free. Yebai's mood instantly became much more beautiful. Planting the money tree beside the Shura Sea, Yebai shook it. Shake it and get 186 gold coins. Seeing 186 gold coins falling into his hands, Yebai beamed with joy. How to relieve worries, only the smell of copper. Yebai couldn't help but sigh. This money tree is really a money tree. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 325. After planting the money tree, a corresponding prompt popped up in front of Yebai's eyes. Each existence can be shaken every 24 hours to obtain an unlimited amount of gold coins. The more cumulative shaking times, the more gold coins you will get. Existence of special luck, you will get special items when shaking. No way. Yebai took a look at his attributes. He is lucky to be 17, which is already considered a top-notch existence. In this case, he only shook less than 200 gold coins. Wouldn't it be a loss if it were someone else? Yebai casually called a dwarf. Good morning, come on, it's just you, the tallest one. After Yebai's last words, all the dwarves stopped what they were doing and walked towards Yebai with their heads held high. The boss is calling them. Yebai pointed to the money tree and motioned for Good Morning to come forward. Shake it. The dwarf leader stretched out his rough hand and stepped forward to shake it. Thump. A wine bottle engraved with the character GA fell into the hands of the dwarf leader. Yebai didn't need to remind him, he opened the wine cork directly. A refreshing aroma of fake wine spread, and every dwarf stared straight ahead, drooling down their beards. The dwarf leader wiped his saliva, showed great restraint, pointed at the wine bottle and said, Boss, this. Yebai was very generous, I'll give it to you. Gila gila. The dwarf leader raised his head and emptied the bottle of wine in one breath. His face instantly turned red, and he shook a few times, then fell to the ground with a plop. Yebai shouted. Jack, take Gudmanan back to the dormitory to rest. Before Jack arrived, he heard the boss continue to give instructions. By the way, if you drink alcohol during working hours, all bonuses for this month will be deducted, the entire mine will be criticized, and your qualifications for quarterly evaluation will be cancelled. All the dwarves looked at their boss. They had not had much contact with Yabai in the past. I always listen to that stinky bat who loves to eat chicken legs, talking about Demon Lord, peeling skin and bones without showing blood. The dwarves didn't believe it at first. In their view, working for a boss means you can take care of enough wine and food, and you can dig mines and forge iron. Is there any happier job than this? Until today. They saw the boss's side as a demon lord. In other words, the boss finally extended his claws to them. Those who are on duty, please continue to be on duty. Yabai shouted. Those who are not on duty gather here, I have something good to tell you. Dwarves, werewolves, miners, vampires, fishermen, all kinds of beings rushed to Yabai. They looked curiously at the boss and the sapling next to him. Just listen to Yabai's introduction. This tree is a good thing. If you shake it, you can get gold coins or special items. Gudmanen, who was just drunk, is the best example. All the dwarves saw that he shook out a bottle of gar wine and then shook away his bonus for this month. 1 spreads to 10, and 10 spreads to 100. Coupled with the boss's prestige, everyone quickly believed Yabai's statement. Now, I open this tree to you. As Yabai spoke, he took out a small black board, which read, shake it once for 10 silver coins. Once every 24 hours. If you get gold coins, you can offset the cost of this shake for free. If you get special items, you can enjoy a 20% discount on the purchase price. 10 silver coins. It's just a small amount of money for everyone here. Soon someone actively signed up and came forward to shake it. A dwarf came on stage, shook a gold coin, made no profit or lost, and walked off the stage disappointed. The second werewolf revealed a high-grade wolf tooth. This lucky werewolf readily paid the shaking fee of 10 silver coins, and spent 800 man-hour points to redeem the wolf fang. With good cases, more people signed up immediately. Everyone lined up in a long line, looking forward to it, their hands were itchy and excited. They all want to see what good things they can shake out. If it is a gold coin, the gold coin belongs to Yabai, but the participants do not have to pay anything. If it's a special item, you'll make a lot of money. Yabai stood aside and quickly analyzed the pattern. When most people shake gold coins, only 1 or 2 will appear. I shook out 186 gold coins in one go, which is already very strong. Looking at the werewolf holding the wolf fang, Yabai nodded slightly, thoughtfully. If a special item is shaken out, it will be the thing Tree Shaker desires most. For example, the Geijiu obtained by Gudmanen, and the wolf fang obtained by the lucky werewolf. But this special item was of little use to Yabai. It's better to sell it directly to the younger brothers and use it to offset wages. In this way, it is equivalent to them working for Yabai from beginning to end. However, Yabai couldn't understand one thing. Why don't I get special items when I have 17 points of luck? Thinking along these two rules, Yabai quickly realized a bug. Etc. He recalled the 186 gold coins he had shaken out. If you say, my special item is gold coins. Doesn't that mean that if I shake the money tree, it will only produce money? It's over, the perpetual motion machine is over. This top-level money tree is regarded as a treasure box to others. For Yabai, it is a real money tree. Even if Yabai piles up his luck to 10 billion, he can only shake out money. There was no other way, Yabai could only acquiesce to this fact. Seeing that there were still many people lining up, Yabai was not in a hurry and let them shake slowly. Anyway, Yabai is guaranteed to make a profit. Moreover, due to the existence of special items, most people will be attracted to the money tree and remember the world. Every 24 hours, they will take the initiative to shake it without being urged. 6:11. Since the thunder outside is quite scary, I might as well forget it. Master Fool promised for the last time. Feng Dong smashed the door with a slap, his face full of surprise and shock. Fourth Master, I'm asleep. If it is forced, it will only be counterproductive. Ye Bai returned to the dormitory with nothing to do. In terms of peeling off skin, Ye Bai has figured it out. Third Master, are you asleep? I can't sleep. If it were free for everyone to shake, no one would care about it. Tick tick tick. Speechless all night. Ye Bai was lying on the bed, and Ying San was lying on the ground. Ye Bai even wanted to run back to the Eternal Tower and chat with his third brother. Damn it, Brother Bai, have you awakened for the second time? Brother Bai, something big happened. Brother Bai, do you know that Ye Bai has awakened for the second time? Ye Bai Gong squinted. After placing the money tree, Ye Bai found Master Fool and learned about the power of nature. This is also Ye Bai's original intention to set the shake fee of 10 silver coins at the beginning. After saying that, Ye Bai returned to reality. Don't forget that you still owe me 2 million God of War merits. Wait, is something wrong? No climbing the tower, no chatting with Master Ju. There was a series of knocks on the door, accompanied by Feng Dong's slightly excited voice. Time passed by minute by minute. It will be done within 12 hours at the latest. The most attractive. The natural power of integrating shadow source will take some time to digest. The night is long and I have no company. Ye Bai did not continue to embarrass the other party and let the fool go. Ye Bai. The only good news is that it is 100% SSS level equipment, the top one. 4 o'clock in the morning. On the other hand, Ye Bai is like this. He shakes the charge but never shakes his love. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 326. Looking at Feng Dong breaking through the door, Ye Bai rolled his eyes. Is my door locked? Compensate. Feng Dong chuckled and disagreed. It's just one door, how much is it worth? Obviously, the simple Feng Dong has not realized the seriousness of the matter. In shock, Feng Dong failed to control his strength and accidentally broke the door. Besides, this door does not belong to Ye Bai. Even if Feng Dong pays money, it will not be to Ye Bai. I don't care about the price of the door. What matters is the magic circle behind my door. Ye Bai pointed at the damaged magic circle and said seriously. I exchanged the points for an early warning array worth 2,000 gold coins. Feng Dong. Brother Bai, why are you putting a warning array behind the door when you have nothing to do? Afraid of death. Besides, I should be the one asking you why you broke down my door when you had nothing to do. Ye Bai got up to wash up and dropped an inexplicable sentence. I'll charge you 2,000 gold coins this time. Feng Dong was confused. Is not this nonsensical? If you don't charge yourself 2,000 gold coins for a 2,000 gold coin array, how much can you charge? Do you still want to collect hundreds of thousands of gold coins? Shuemang, Dongzi, you are still young, you don't understand, the water here is very deep, Uncle Meng can't control it, do it yourself. Feng Dong was also a cheerful person, so he took out 2,000 gold coins and stuffed them into Ye Bai's pocket. It is only natural that you should pay if you break something. After accepting the money, Ye Bai felt as if he had lost hundreds of thousands of gold coins and shook his head. It's a pity that Feng Dong's family has a weak foundation and the two have a good relationship. It is not convenient for Ye Bai to reveal his true nature. Once Feng Dong is exploited too seriously, and clues are found by interested people, it is easy to cause unnecessary trouble. Shura is the only one in the world with such a unique method of shearing wool. Yabai could only write down this account first. Wait until later. Gila gila. Yabai rinsed his mouth, while Feng Dong stood aside, excited. Brother Bai, your talent has awakened for the second time. What level is it? At this time, Feng Dong no longer cared about failing the exam. Whether I can be a classmate with Shura is fate. Brother Bai's second awakening of talent is such an important matter that it cannot be taken carelessly. Shura does not lack his classmate Feng Dong, but Brother Bai really lacks the talent to awaken for the second time. Brother Bai was so wronged by his previous talent. Yabai thought so too. Faced with Feng Dong's questioning, Yabai said frankly. The second awakening happened 2 days ago. I'm still studying the effects myself, so I'm not in a hurry to tell you. Yabai dared to swear to God in the name of Xiaoao that he had really just awakened for the second time not long ago. It's okay, no problem. Feng Dong waved his hand and asked again. Needless to say the effect, just tell me the grade. I'm curious. Feng Dong's eyes were full of expectation. Second awakening, lowest B level, highest SS level talent. If Brother Bai can awaken his SS level talent, he will really soar to the sky. Yabai scratched his head in distress and said helplessly. If I said that the talent level has not changed, would you believe it? Feng Dong shook his head. I don't believe it. Yabai sighed. These days, why doesn't anyone believe me when I tell the truth? Believe it? TNND, why don't you believe it? You force me to lie to you, right? Yabai nodded and said slowly. Okay, actually I am a B-level talent now. With that said, Yabai picked up his phone and started searching. B-level talent related to us. Yabai looked at his phone and read. My current talent should be the B-level talent Eagle Eye. Well, it sounds like an archer. Feng Dong. Brother Bai, could you be more perfunctory? Okay, Brother Bai, stop joking. Feng Dong suppressed his smile and said seriously. Actually, we have noticed your extraordinariness a long time ago. Yabai. Impossible, absolutely impossible. If you noticed, your memory has been blocked by Master Ju. According to the frequency of contact between Feng Dong and Yabai, after the memory is sealed many times, Feng Dong's IQ can directly make Lao Lu a friend. Ahem. Feng Dong cleared his throat, satisfied with the shock on Yabai's face. Actually, you have a secret file with A-level authority. As your assistant senior, I have the authority to access it. Hearing this, Yabai breathed a sigh of relief. It turns out to be an A-level secret file. Scared me. I thought you pulled up my SSS level file as Shura. Yabai nodded and said. Go on, I'm listening. Start your show. It is recorded in the file that Brother Bai, you first awakened a C-level talent, which should be related to your eyes. It happened that a recalled shadow-type strongman passed by, and the talent of this war god level strongman happened to be that of the eye type. He saw how extraordinary you are, Brother Bai. Your talent can be awakened a second time. Feng Dong explained, these are all recorded in the archives. Yabai forced himself not to laugh out loud and nodded in agreement. Ah, yes, yes. According to the information the other party left in the file, that strong man took the initiative to apply to escort you, Brother Bai, under the pseudonym Shadow General level 4399. At the same time, I will get in touch with Brother Bai privately, accept you as my disciple, and guide you to awaken your talent for the second time as soon as possible. Oh, by the way, your classmate Lu Sueki's second awakening of talent must have been conveyed to Lu Sueki by that senior through Brother Bai. The files are very detailed. He reviewed almost everything that happened after Yabai awakened his talent, and gave a very convincing explanation. Listening to Feng Dong's words, Ye Bai felt that there was nothing wrong with Lao Tai. Not to mention Feng Dong, even Ye Bai himself half believed it. Only the mysterious powerhouse at the God of War level in the file is Ye Bai himself. Master taught me that if I can hide my sharpness, I should not show my sharpness. I should be low-key and humble. I should keep the green hills and don't be afraid of running away from them. Indeed, people who enter the shadows will be more cautious in their temperament. After listening to Ye Bai's words, Feng Dong nodded slowly and understood. Not to mention anything else, just two seedlings, Lu Sueki and Ye Bai, completed their second awakening under the eyes of Master Ye Bai. I don't pretend anymore, I show my cards, my talent has awakened for the second time. Ye Bai agreed directly and changed the topic, I want more money. I can't help it. The old man behind me taught me this. Ye Bai patted Dongzi on the shoulder and said seriously, we are all brothers. If you have anything to say, just say it. After listening to Ye Bai's confession, Feng Dong looked eager to try, but hesitated to speak. Brother Bai, I told you this news in the first place. It's okay to take the blame. Everyone has died once. Very greedy for money. Feng Dong's mouth twitched. Ye Bai said seriously. Ye Bai rolled his eyes. Throw all the blame on this unfounded master. If you don't bother to look down, go to the house and uncover the tiles. Feng Dong climbed up the pole and said sheepishly. Now that you all know, I have nothing to hide. Brother Bai, I just want our master to help me see if I have the potential for a second awakening. Then Ye Bai made up his mind. Since, Master Ju fabricated a non-existent Master of War God for Ye Bai in the file. Good disciple, speak more, I like to listen to you. Ye Bai admitted. Strictly speaking, my master is evil-minded and stingy. He likes to hide in dark corners and do evil things. That, Brother Bai, that's easy to say. Ye Bai simply let go of his hands and feet. Although Ye Bai's master is a little weird, his strength and vision are indeed top-notch. This strength is admirable. That master of mine is greedy for money. After Feng Dong finished speaking, he looked at Ye Bai. Before Feng Dong came to his senses, Ye Bai said seriously. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 327. Is your master greedy for money? After Feng Dong heard this, not only was he not surprised, he even showed a matter-of-fact expression. Understand, understand. It's best for people in the shadow to have a little concern. The stronger the obsession, the stronger the strength. This time it was Ye Bai's turn to be confused. However, he remained calm and asked casually. Oh? What can you say? It's not a secret, just some small talk. Feng Dong waved his hand and explained. My nephew told me. Brother Bai, do you have a rough idea of the origins of many powerful people in the shadow? Ye Bai nodded, clear. Feng Dong yawned. Speaking of which, several of my classmates are in the shadow, and we usually get together to have dinner. These guys order the most food and don't pay a penny. Before Feng Dong graduated from university, his classmates had already entered the shadow. In other words, during the process of growing up, they encountered some reasons and died in infancy. In the past, the shadows that Ye Bai dealt with in the past were all the top strong men. The weakest one is also the self-destructive boy Zhao Ziyan, a top god of war. Moreover, the reason why Zhao Ziyan's current ranking is low is mainly because of his age. She is less than 30 years old and has only been in shadow for a few years. Before the emergence of the most powerful seed, Zhao Ziyan was firmly in the position of Shadow 7, and the speed of his strength improvement was miraculous. Shadow in the past few decades, Zhao Ziyan has broken various ranking records. Not long ago, she even broke the record for the largest single-day decline. In other words, Yabai has always viewed this organization from the top of the shadow. He has never been in contact with weaker shadows, and he doesn't understand the current situation of these existences. This was the first time Yabai had heard of these things that Fen Dong said. In the past, Yabai would only know about it as gossip. Things are different now. Today, Yabai holds the shadow pattern and is nominally the controller of the shadow. When all the shadow bosses meet, no matter what they think in their hearts, they still have to call him fourth master in public. Yabai must live up to the words fourth master. The most important thing is that Master Ju left the shadow source to Yabai. Shadow pattern is just a symbol. In fact, it is the same no matter who holds it. And shadow source is a kind of trust. Ju believes that Yabai can go further on the road of film department. Seeing Yabai's interest, Fen Dong said a few more words. Life in the shadow is very boring, with no food to eat, no sleep, and even the ability to climb a tower. On weekdays, when not performing tasks, he lives in the shadow castle. It sounds very miserable. Fen Dongshen was afraid that Yabai would misunderstand, so he added. Most people are grateful if they can save a life, even if their life is a bit boring. However, if you live like this for too long, people's mental state is prone to problems. Hearing this, Yabai frowned slightly. So, it's a good thing that Shadow has obsession. Fen Dong and Yabai walked out of the dormitory and chatted while walking. Having obsession is like having an anchor on a ship. Only when the wind and waves hit can the ship be stable. Otherwise, it is easy to lose control. However, before losing control, he will be controlled by the strong person in the shadow and forced to enter the sleeping stage. As for more information, Fen Dong himself doesn't know. In other words, even if he knew it clearly, he couldn't say it. In a word, Fen Dong concluded. Brother Bai, what your master calls love of money may not necessarily come from the heart. It is more likely that in order to prevent yourself from losing control, you will give yourself a strengthened anchor point. Generally speaking, the stronger the strength, the stronger the anchor point required, and the more distorted it will be in some aspects. Yabai was thoughtful. According to your theory, the more greedy my master is, the stronger he is. Fen Dong nodded, yes. Yabai pretended to think about it for a moment, then shook his head. No, I think he is just greedy for money. Fen Dong. I will help you make an appointment with my master to meet at the secret trading place. Yabai did not forget about Fen Dong and ordered. Call Feet and then Senior Sister Zhou. Fen Dong's eyes lit up. Why, 3 people are traveling together and 1 person is free of charge. No. Yabai shook his head. With the 3 of you together, my master will earn more. Fen Dong. He suddenly realized that Brother Bai was already outrageous. Brother Bai's master may be even more outrageous than Brother Bai. Is there a possibility? The reason why Brother Bai is so outrageous is because he was led astray by his master. The two had breakfast. Fen Dong went to find Feet and Zhou Lingwei, while Yabai went to the bathroom. Yabai said respectfully to the toilet. Third master. Ying San slowly walked out of the shadow. Ying San said, you want me to kill Fen Dong? Yabai. Third master, don't be impulsive, don't be impulsive. Yabai quickly explained. Dongzi is a good person and can handle things. I'm looking for you for something else. Hearing this, Ying San shook his head. I can only kill people or kill demons. No, Third Master, don't underestimate yourself. Yabai said respectfully. Third Master, please invite fourth brother over. I have something to ask him. Middle. Ying San escaped into the shadows. After a few seconds, he walked out again and threw Ying Si over like a chicken. Yabai. Fourth brother, I have something to ask you. Yabai briefly asked about the daily life of a shadow below the God of War level. From the mouth of the fourth shadow, I learned that everyone is really not doing well, and they feel that they are not human, and ghosts are not ghosts. Well. Yang Si sighed. There's nothing we can do about it. Shadows like them have died once, and they are lucky to have recovered this life. What kind of bike do you want? That's what they think. Yingxi said frankly. Actually, shadows can also enjoy themselves and live a life similar to that of a normal person. The cost is too high, and the number of shadows is too much. Ye Bai did not rush to make a decision, but told Yang Si. Fourth brother, please make a statistics of the shadows that are currently awake and those that are sleeping. At the same time, calculate how much it would cost to make everyone inside the shadow live a better life. Good. Yang Si nodded and agreed. In fact, they have wanted to do this for a long time. However, there is a thorny issue. Shadow is very poor. Except for a period of time when the most powerful seeds appear in the world, Shadow 9 will return. Most of the other time, the figure in control of Shadow Ju is actually in a state of wandering. Master Ju is the boss, and Shadow is just a mess every day, carrying out tasks step by step. Being able to maintain a balance of income and expenditure is already the limit of Shadow 4's abilities. Wanting to make more money is simply wishful thinking. Everyone knows that the most profitable person in the world is named Zhao, and his name is Zhao Qian. Sometimes, Yang Si even has dark thoughts. What blind devil gives Zhao Qian a hard slap, then Shadow never has to worry about money again. It's a pity that the devil is very open-minded. However, the situation seems to be different now. The person in charge of Shadow has changed from Yingju to fourth master Shura. Maybe Shadow can live a more comfortable life? Yang Si didn't think too much, he just followed the fourth master's instructions. After seeing off Yang Si, Ye Bai took out the trading secret realm pass. Third master, you are tired, I will make some money. With that said, Ye Bai entered the secret realm of trading and made an appointment with Feng Dong and others. Just when Ye Bai, Feng Dong, and others met to trade the secret realm, a portal from the abyss opened in the square. The flag of the Skyfire Legion returns to Blue Star once again. Triumph. Lu Qingjian, who was walking in the last row, was proud and refreshed. During this period of time, his head no longer hurts, his waist no longer aches, and he sleeps well. For these, Lu Qingjian summarized the reasons. It should be that Lan Lao's research took effect on him. As expected of Mr. Lan, he helped himself solve the trouble without knowing it. On the Abyss battlefield, Lu Qingjian captured many working-level monsters one after another. He felt that he was only a little bit away from the final breakthrough. Granddaughter, little fox, I'm back. Looking at the special training camp ahead, Lu Qingjian was inevitably a little excited. I don't know what happened to the little fox. If that kid finds out that I am the peak king of war, no, the god of war, I wonder if he will be so surprised that he can't speak. Ha 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 ha. The moment I show my cards, I'm really looking forward to the little fox's reaction. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 328. Trading Secrets. A specially designated space is reserved for Feng Dong, Feet, and Zhou Lingzi to wait. Sitting on the wooden bench, Zhou Spirit Machine glanced left and right, slightly shocked in his eyes. Feng Dong, is Ye Bai's master so powerful? Zhou Lingmei's own vision is not low, and he has seen the big world. She is naturally familiar with the secret realm of trading. Apart from the most powerful person, the person with the greatest authority in the trading secret realm is the master of the pavilion of all things. This space is divided by the master of the Wanwu pavilion and is the place where everyone will trade next. Hiss. Zhao Lin took a deep breath, feeling his scalp numb, and shook his head with a wry smile. I didn't expect that Brother Bai's master would be so powerful. But, there is another possibility. Zhao Lin supported his chin with his hand and analyzed calmly. Brother Bai once mentioned that his master has a deep obsession with money. He may be an old friend of the pavilion master. Sometimes, friendship is more effective than strength. The master of the pavilion of all things pavilion is most famous for two things. 1. The most profitable person in the world. 2. Weird and mysterious temperament. In order to relieve the tension, Feng Dong whispered. You know the saying in Wolf's Lair, tonight's consumption will be paid for by Mr. Zhao. In fact, he is talking about the master of the pavilion of all things. Gossip is a topic that no one can refuse. Fit and Zhou Lingwei looked at Feng Dong at the same time and motioned for him to continue. During the bloody battle with the abyss, Pavilion Master Zhao, no, Mr. Zhao at that time, after making money, often treated guests to drinks. However, Mr. Zhao's character is too weird. He lives alone and has few friends. He wanders around in the secret trading world as a stall holder. Mr. Zhao doesn't spend the money he makes, but always throws it outside the house of the most powerful man's nightmare. In Mr. Zhao's words, he just enjoys the process of making money. He is not interested in how to spend the money. It is said that when the human race was in the most difficult time, Mr. Zhao even went deep into the abyss, relying on his own power to cause civil strife in all the abyss and attack each other. Feng Dong whispered about the glorious history of the master of Wanwu Pavilion. Outside the hut, Ye Bai stood by the wall, watching the conversation inside with interest. The master of the Wanwu Pavilion was a little embarrassed to accompany Ye Bai. He sneered and said, "They are all rumors, nonsense from my youth." Ye Bai shook his head, "It's not ridiculous." Ye Bai didn't expect that Zhao Qian actually had such a side. It was my own preconception. Ye Bai interacted with the goblin boy too early, and the other party's attitude was always very low. Sometimes, Ye Bai even forgets that the goblin boy is also a 9th level war god. They are also the oldest group of 9th level war gods in the human race. It has to be said that among the top experts, there are two types of existence that cannot be provoked. The oldest, the youngest. Older strong men have many cards and deep knowledge, but their strength often only reveals the tip of the iceberg. Young strong men have endless potential. As long as they live, they will convert their potential into strength sooner or later. The most fearful thing is the kind of people who are neither above nor below their age. Their potential has been fully developed, and their strength is still in the middle and lower reaches of the same level. For example, Su Qingfeng. The little goblin brother and the blue banished immortal are from the same group of strong men. Counting carefully, among the powerful people in the history of the human race, this group has the most gold content, and is called the Golden Generation. Those who followed the rise of the strongest without trace are called the Silver Generation. Happy. He rose up alone. Although many strong men appeared at the same time, they were very fragmented due to the lack of a backbone. In order to take into account the face of the strongest Xiaoao, people rarely take the initiative to mention this generation. Certainly, Xiaoao doesn't know and doesn't care. Among the strong men of the past generations behind the Golden Generation, the only one who can rival the Golden Generation is the legendary adopted son Xue Meng. Ye Bai was still peeking at the corner. The goblin boy smiled bitterly and said, "Fourth brother, if you want to hear these things, I can ask someone to compose a song and sing it to you." "That's good." Ye Bai nodded, "It's a deal." After saying that, he didn't give the little goblin any chance to refuse. Ye Bai transformed into a black mist and pushed open the door. After the black mist broke in, he looked around the three people. "Everyone is here." Hiwu's voice was hoarse, as if a torn leather boot was stuck in his throat. "Come one by one." The space changed, leaving only Feng Dong and Hiwu. Before Feng Dong could speak, Hiwu said first. "That boy Ye Bai paid for you." "Feng Dong? Is brother Bai so generous?" Hiwu's next words refreshed Feng Dong's understanding. but I still have to take your money. Until this moment, Feng Dongke had some understanding of Ye Bai's sentence, very greedy for money. Black Mist offered his own price. I will help you look at 4 things and charge you 1 copper coin, 1 silver coin, 1 gold coin, and 1 point of God of War merit. Is there a problem? Feng Dong shook his head quickly. No problem. The price offered by Black Mist can be said to be very conscientious. A God of War level, top-notch master, checks 4 things for himself. Feng Dong only needs to spend 1 point of God of War merit in total. Although, 1 God of War merit is equal to 1 million gold coins. But Feng Dong knew that the information he had harvested was worth far more than the 1 million gold coins. The old man in the black mist, obviously not in a good temper, urged. Let's start. Black Mist, first question. Feng Dong asked seriously. Excuse me, how should I ask the next 3 questions to help me improve my strength the most? Yeah, bye. Why the hell are you leaving the Matryoshka doll here? Since he had received money from the other party, Yebai would not stop doing things. No matter how little wool there is, it is still wool. Under the analysis of Eye of Insight, Yebai quickly gave the answer. Professional element system planning, eternal sea cultivation, and customized eternal growth equipment. The 3 things correspond to occupation, eternal sea, and equipment respectively. In fact, a person's combat effectiveness depends largely on these things. Yebai told Feng Dong all the key information given by the Eye of Insight. The material list of Eternal Sea is very complicated to put together and varies from person to person. Everyone's physique is different, the situation is different, and the materials used are also different. Finding the materials list that suits you best is no easy task. Is it hard? Yebai glanced at it and gave a list of what Feng Dong needed most. As for the eternal growth equipment, it is matched with the Eternal Sea. For example, the power of nature that is being recast is actually Yebai's eternal growth equipment, unique to it. After the 3 things were done, Heiwu didn't even say a word to Feng Dong and kicked him out. Next person. Black Mist offered a higher price. 2 God of War meritorious deeds, 2 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze, 4 things. Soon, Zhou Lingmao and Feet asked their own questions and received answers during separate exchanges. For them, the consulting fee is not a question of whether it is worth it. With just a few words of advice from the strong man in the black mist, they could save 10 years of detours. The remaining expenses are also difficult to estimate. In less than 15 minutes, all 3 of them were taken care of. Yebai stretched out in the dark mist and prepared to get off work. At this time, his trading secret realm pass was shaken again. Lu Qingjian, 4th brother, are you there? Lu Qingjian, I just came back from the abyss, and I encountered some trouble with my realm breakthrough. If you have time, we can have an interview. Lao Lu is back. Yebai didn't think much and directly replied to the other party's message. Trading Secret Realm, come quickly. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 329. Putting down the Secret Realm Pass, Yebai transformed and changed his appearance. Standing under a tree in the secret trading area, he quietly waited for Lu Qingjian to come to his door. It always feels like eating takeout. Yebai rubbed his chin with his palm, feeling that this world was so wonderful. Why are some people rushing to give themselves wool? Has it evolved to this extent now? Do you want to know about the fully automatic wool gathering line? Not long after, a ball of fire element fell from the sky, and Lu Qingjian made a shining appearance. 4th brother, long time no see. Lu Qingjian smiled heartily and said, thank you 4th brother for your help regarding Xueqi's matter before. It's all little things. Yebai said straightforwardly without being too polite. You are stuck at level 899. How long have you been stuck at? Lu Qingjian smiled sheepishly. Soon, it will be 20 years. Yebai. The time it takes to get stuck is older than Yebai's age. Is this called soon? Yebai pondered for a moment and spoke again. If I read it correctly, your problem should be that the eternal sea cannot be condensed into the eternal pearl, right? Allow. Lu Qingjian didn't hide anything. I'm not afraid of fourth brother's jokes. I gained something from 2 consecutive abyss battles. Especially when I met my mentor Huo Tianwang this time, I felt so excited that I could break through at any time. But when it came to the last hurdle, I couldn't get over it. Lu Qingjian was in the Sky-Fire Legion, and he was decisive in killing every time there was a war. Not only did he kill many demon war kings, he even participated in the siege and killing of a seriously injured demon war god. According to common sense, Lu Qingjian's various indicators have reached the standards of a war god after participating in the killing of the demon war god. This problem is a bit tricky. Yebai didn't shy away from anything and said to the point. Your problem still lies in your soul. Your memory has been sealed. Listening to fourth brother's diagnosis, Lu Qingjian was not only not surprised, but even calm. I know, I guess that's the problem too. Yebai. Could it be that Lao Lu was hiding so deeply? Third Master, there is someone here who is about to discover Shura's true identity. Can you do some physical processing? Lu Qingjian sighed and said slowly. Back then, my Lu family underwent a drastic change. I couldn't bear the blow and my mentality was unstable. One time, I was very drunk and alone. After drinking, I happened to meet a Taoist priest and chatted a lot with him. I later found out that the Taoist priest. Yebai, needless to say, I understand everything. Third brother. Lu Qingjian did not take the initiative to mention Xiao Ao's name and continued. After that, I only know that Lord Yingju sealed a memory of mine more than 30 years ago. I don't know what the specific matter was. Yebai nodded slowly and faced each other. Lu Qingjian's memory has been sealed 4 times in total. Looking at it now, it was the first and most serious time. It seems that the problem lies in this memory seal. Yebai's face didn't turn red and his heart didn't beat as he said. I don't have to hide it from you. Master Daingju, as you call me, is usually treated like a brother to me. It's just that these days, he has a special mission and can't spare his time. He has to find another way to solve your troubles. The fourth brother's words shocked Lu Qingjian. With Lord Yingju, we treat each other as brothers. OMG. The background of this fourth brother is a bit too scary, right? Lord Yingju is the 9th most powerful person in the shadows. In fact, Lu Qingjian learned privately that the other party was the strongest person with the highest attainments in the soul system among the human race. Etc. Lu Qingjian's thinking has become much clearer recently and he reacted immediately. Then fourth brother, you. Master Yingju, the dragon usually sees its head but not its tail. Lu Qingjian has not seen Master Yingju for more than 30 years. And shadows generally only deal with shadows. The fourth brother in front of me, since he is Yingju's brother, calls himself fourth brother. Could it be that he is the 4 great shadows? Hiss. Lu Qingjian took a deep breath and felt his scalp numb. Why did the 4 shadow masters deal with me like this before? A name immediately popped into Lu Qingjian's mind, Yebai. The 4 great shadows once wanted to train a junior, a fire type. As soon as Yebai and Lu Qingjian came back, they heard inside news that the little fox had awakened for the 2nd time. Could it be that the young man trained by Master Ying Si is Yebai? All echoed. Everything in Lu Qingjian's mind came through. When Lu Sueki awakened her F-level talent and was completely despairing, it was Yebai's casual words that allowed her to successfully awaken for the 2nd time. With Ye Bai's strength, he naturally couldn't do such a thing. Lu Qingjian concluded that this incident was no coincidence. Now it seems that it is Ye Bai's protector, the fourth master Ying, who has secretly seen the clues. Yingxi used Ye Bai's words to enlighten Lu Sueki. After figuring everything out, Lu Qingjian felt that he was getting smarter and smarter. Such a complicated matter was sorted out clearly by him in just a few dozen seconds. Lu Qingjian cupped his fists and saluted. Fourth brother, your great kindness to Lu will be unforgettable. Ye Bai felt a little embarrassed and waved his hand. Little things, they're all little things. Keep talking about you sheep, raising souls. Ye Bai coughed twice and said. I'll prescribe you a prescription first. It's for replenishing your nerves and replenishing your brain. It can temporarily stabilize your condition. After writing the prescription, Ye Bai handed the prescription to Lu Qingjian and at the same time warned. Since you have already guessed that I am from the shadows, I don't have to hide it from you. The brothers and sisters in the shadows call me fourth master to show off their face, and some people call me fourth brother. Don't say much about me to others. Lu Qingjian nodded repeatedly, I understand, I understand. Also, I will help you contact other powerful souls in the shadow. Lao Lu couldn't break through to the god of war, so Ye Bai still had some responsibility. Out of responsibility for Lao Lu and daily care for the wool, Ye Bai must help Lao Lu completely resolve this unspeakable secret. After Lu Qingjian accepted the prescription, he took the initiative to speak. The bad woman's strong voice filled the entire bathroom. Ye Bai chuckled and said, Second master, I need your help with something. Ying San did not hesitate and directly announced the answer. Now Ye Bai, earning $3 or $2 is boring. Ye Bai is the best at being a human being. Isn't it just to teach Mr. Ying how to be a good person? The bad woman agreed directly. Ye Bai was already prepared and asked. Looking at the toilet, Ye Bai spoke again. Ye Bai did not continue chatting with Lao Lu, and quickly exited the trading secret realm and returned to the bathroom. Obviously, Mr. Ying has some bad memories about the bathroom. Excuse me, please invite the second Master Ying. Let's synchronize the teaching progress first. The bad man replied quickly. Last time, what tips did Master Ju teach you about life? Ye Bai just had to bite the bullet and said. Ye Bai dismissed him casually. Ah, this. I know. You can't be too sure. A few seconds later, Ying San walked out of the shadows carrying the bad woman and threw the bad woman in front of Ye Bai. If you want to make money, make big money. Master Ju taught us last time. But you know my conditions. Why do we have to talk about it in the bathroom? No problem. A sissy voice came from the shadow of the bad woman. Those two idiots from Shadow 2. This consultation fee. Okay. Third Master, may I ask who is the strongest person in the soul system within Shadow, besides Master Ju? The two Shadow Masters said in unison. Related to Huo Tianwang, the god of toilet war. Among the top 3 Shadow Masters, only the second Master Ying's conditions are currently within Ye Bai's ability. We'll collect the money together when it's cured. Online games, only I can see hidden information. Author, Minjai Old Thief. Chapter 330. You can't be too sure. As soon as these words came out, Ye Bai's face darkened. Master Ju, what do you mean by this? Ruining the scene, right? Ye Bai made up his mind in his heart. When Master Ju comes back from the Supreme Abyss, Ye Bai wants him to see what a 999 level Supreme Seed is. Don't bully Shura into being poor. A bad woman talks to herself. To be honest, this sentence is a bit difficult to understand. I still haven't figured out what it means. Don't understand? Then Ye Bai is relieved. Ye Bai showed a kind smile. Okay, today I will explain this sentence specifically. Is that okay? From the shadow of the bad woman, a feminine man steps out. The second Master Ying said in unison, "No problem." I have to say that when the two of them talked together, it was not so inconsistent. As long as the female voice is spoken by a bad woman and the male voice is spoken by a bad man, there will be nothing wrong with it. Ahem, the lectures here are weird. To make a long story short, Yabai said seriously, you can't be too sure as a human being. The meaning of this sentence is that you must learn from Shura as a human being. Etc. The bad man raised his hand and made a cooing sound. Is there something wrong? Yabai looked at the bad man and asked, when Master Ju is teaching you, will you interrupt Master Ju? The bad man shook his head, no. Yabai asked, why? The bad man confessed. Master Ju can hack me to death, but you can't. Good, you convinced me. Yabai turned to look at Ying San and asked. If I ask you to kill second Master Ying, what will the price be? Ying San's mouth opened, and the root of his mouth went directly to his ears, which was extremely ferocious. It doesn't cost anything to kill him. Bad man / bad woman. The bad woman clawed at the bad man and cursed. Bad thing, you're going to kill us, oh. Not to be outdone, the bad man punched down hard. Bad guy, wouldn't I have been beaten to death by third brother if you hadn't encouraged me to speak? Quiet. Yabai knocked on the partition to maintain order in the classroom. The bathroom became quiet. However, a pack of toilet paper was stuffed under the partition, and a strange voice came. Brother, that's all I have. Everyone. Putting this little episode aside, Yabai continued his own life lesson. You don't understand this sentence, mainly because you haven't learned Chinese well. Yabai explained. Think about it, if during a fight, Master Ju tells you, don't hit too hard, what does it mean? The bad man raised his hand, I know. Explain. The bad man said confidently. Don't hit too hard, just hit the opponent lightly to death, and be gentle in the process. Yabai. Brother, you two have a big problem. This is not a level that primary school education can save. We need to start over from preschool. Good understanding. Yabai continued to explain. Don't hit too hard, which means hit it lightly. You can't be too good at being a human being, which means that you have to learn from Shura as a human being, but you can't be too good at it. Because Shura itself is a perfect template for being a human being. If you learn 80%, 90% will be fine, but if you learn 110%, it will exceed the limits of human beings. Second Master Ying listened with great interest. Third Master Ying was confused when he heard this. As for the word game, Shura Wan understands it. Seeing that the second master of the movie was fooled by him, Yabai struck while the iron was hot and continued to cheat. The water overflows when it is full, and the moon waxes and wanes when it waxes. You can't be too sure in life. Master Ju's words mainly tell you two pieces of information. 1. Follow Shura and learn to be a good person. 2. You can only imitate, not surpass. Have you understood? Although, Yabai didn't think second Master Ying had a chance to surpass him. But it's always a good idea to add an extra layer of insurance. The bad man nodded and agreed. It sounds reasonable. Bad women are a little doubtful. I always feel like Shura is lying to us. The bad man whispered, we can't defeat third brother, let's just pretend to believe in Shura first, and then find opportunities to betray him later. Good. The two conspired in front of Yabai and quickly reached an agreement. He. Ha ha ha. After teaching Ying Iryi some life skills, Yabai put forward his own commission. Check Lu Qinjian, have I heard this name somewhere? The bad man frowned. Chongshan seems to be called Lu Qinjiao. Could it be that Lu Qinjian is the product of Lu Qinjiao's schizophrenia? The bad woman nodded, it's possible. Ye Bai didn't know how many times he was speechless. 2 second masters, Lu Qingjian is Kongshan's younger brother. Ye Bai explained, most people don't have the ability to be as schizophrenic and energetic as er yet. Thank you for the compliment. Now that the commission was confirmed, Master Ying left the sad place of the toilet. Ye Bai also ended this wonderful adventure in the bathroom. A total of 6 God of War merits, 6 gold, 6 silver, and 6 bronze were earned. Ye Bai was in a good mood as he calculated the accounts. Cool. Walk out of the bathroom and return to the training gym. As soon as Ye Bai arrived, he saw Feng Dong and others gathering together excitedly. With the guidance of Master Ye Bai, Feng Dong and the others are now making great progress and have a bright future. Brother Bai, are you here? Feng Dong greeted Ye Bai and asked carefully, Brother Bai, your master. Ye Bai understood what Feng Dong meant and said frankly. My master is usually busy. After I awakened for the second time, I changed my shadow. Feng Dong breathed a sigh of relief and smiled. Brother Bai, we just talked about feet. This stupid guy spent 2 million gold coins to buy a piece of information. Ye Bai couldn't hear the rest of the words clearly. What? 2 million? Ye Bai never expected that Master Ju would be so evil and cheat Ye Bai of such a huge sum of money. That's 2 million gold coins. A full 2 points of God of War merit. Ye Bai took a few deep breaths and stabilized his mind. He quickly noticed that the training ground was bustling with activity. What's this for? Ye Bai looked forward and found everyone gathered in a circle. In the circle, the two were fighting, going back and forth. Ye Bai also knew both sides of the fight. Huo Tianyi, Zhao Lin. Why did this guy find Zhao Lin? Ye Bai quickly realized what Huo Tianyi wanted to do. He is now an extremely talented person, number 1 in the world. If he wants to grow, he has to work on it layer by layer. The growth conditions of number 1 in the world are very strict. Huo Tianyi must defeat an opponent who goes all out under the constraints of a lower level and lower attributes in order to advance to the level of number 1 in the world. And the entire summer camp, which had been running for more than half a month, had only 2 C-level talents. One is Ye Bai and the other is Zhao Lin. Ye Bai, Huo Tianyi has already beaten him, and he really can't win. If Huo Tianyi wants to grow his talent, he has no choice but to fight Zhao Lin. Moreover, you have to obey the harsh requirements of talent growth, which is a heavy-duty battle. 1 C-level talent, 1 F-level talent, it was a joy to play. The situation on the field was extremely tense. Zhao Lin was able to fight Huo Tianwang evenly. Ye Bai watched for 2 seconds and felt that there was something missing in this battle. He reacted immediately and began to move the camera equipment out of the storage space and quickly turned it on. Ye Bai is a professional who collects the dark history of the strongest all year round and shoots it. Carrying a professional camera and directing the drone to take off for shooting, Ye Bai rushed into the crowd. Give in, give in. Ye Bai shouted, this is the highlight of Zhao Lin's life, and I want to help Zhao Lin record it. Ye Bai's true thoughts. This is Huo Tianyi's dark history. Played it.